You say you want to grow, but you keep doing the same things. People ask, how can I improve simultaneously, subconsciously, automatically? Answer is this. You have to create a conflict between who you are and who you want to be. Because when you create a conflict, your brain tries to avoid and pretend from this conflict by adapting itself a new version of yourself that you want. But how can I create this type of mental conflict? By dreaming as big as you can. And that is exactly how the real change starts. You see what you want to see. You hear what you want to hear. You feel what you want to feel. That's confirmation bias and is controlling your life. Let me ask you something. Have you ever noticed that when you buy a new car, suddenly you start seeing the exact same car everywhere? Those cars were always there, but you weren't looking for them. So, your brain is not designed to show reality. It's designed to show your reality. The reality you already believe in. The reality that makes you comfortable, safe, and right. Then, if you believe you are not good enough, write down 3 things you did well today. Not things were perfect, just things you did well today. If you believe someone doesn't like you, force yourself to remember 3 times they were kind to you, helpful to you, patient with you. If you believe the world is against you, force yourself to remember and notice 3 moments of beauty and connection, generosity. Today, the world will change if you change your attention. You see what you want to see. You hear what you want to hear. You feel what you want to feel. That's confirmation bias. And it's controlling your life. Let me ask you something. Have you ever noticed that when you buy a new car, suddenly you start seeing the exact same car everywhere? Those cars were always there, but you weren't looking for them. So, your brain is not designed to show reality. It's designed to show your reality. The reality that you already believe in. The reality that makes you comfortable, safe, and right. Then, if you believe you are not good enough, force yourself to write down 3 things that you did well today. Not things were perfect, just things you did well today. If you believe someone doesn't like you, force yourself to remember 3 moments they were kind to you, helpful to you, patient with you. If you believe the world is against you, force yourself to remember 3 moments of beauty, connection, and generosity. The world will change if you change your attention. Simple, but not easy. You are not lazy. You are not weak. You are not broken. You've just learned to give up. This is called learned helplessness, a psychological trap that convinces your brain nothing will change. It whispers, you failed before. You won't get what you want. Effort doesn't matter. Do not try anymore. It keeps you stuck. It tells you the relationship won't work. It tells you the diet won't work. It tells you your effort is pointless. Why? Because of repeated failure. But today we are going to break that pattern. Because giving up, that's not your destiny. What is learned helplessness? It is a psychological condition where your mind starts to believe you have no control anymore. You face challenges, you see problems, but you don't act. Because deep down, you feel nothing will change. Even when chances appear, you hesitate. You wait. Not because you can't, but because your brain has trained to expect failure. That's learned helplessness. But why does our mind do this to us? Why would it choose to hold us back instead of setting us free? Our brain tries to keep us alive by noticing patterns. For example, if you touch something once, it hits, you notice it. For the second time, you remember it. For the third time, your reactions becomes automatic. It's a great mechanism for survival, but it doesn't help you in any part of life. When you want to change your life or achieve something big, you might try so many times without seeing any results or outcome. So your brain forms a new pattern and it reduces the chemical that create motivation and resilience like dopamine and serotonin. After all, you see yourself not trying anymore. But here's the real question. How do we avoid falling into this pattern? How should we break it if it starts? Don't plan if you think you will get the result you want by a planning, by a strategy. You won't get anything by doing those. The things you will get is nothing. You have to fail. You have to try more. You have to know other is better than you. And after that, you move, you act, you improve, you evolve because you know you have to do something. Success is simple, but it's not easy. Destroy your comfort zone, leave your comfort zone, or rebuild it. These are the worst advice you can get from someone because it's so much hard to change your personality, changing your perspective, changing your identity to leaving your comfort zone. You can expand it. And it's so much easier to expand your comfort zone. How can I expand my comfort zone? By doing small challenges. You can expand your comfort zone. How? Try new things, like brushing your teeth with the reverse hand, or speaking with a new person that you haven't speak, getting experience from him, or trying a new place or a new nature. These will help you to get used to challenge. And if you see an opportunity that is over of the challenge, you go through it because you get used to do it, and it will become so much easy for you to do it. One of the reasons you are not happy right now is you're looking for results that actually you haven't gotten yet. How can we be happy while achieving our goals? Let me tell you something. You have to create process. What I'm talking about. When you are creating process, you have a goal, you have a direction, but you are trying to improve yourself every day to achieve that goal while you are improving and enjoying the process of achieving your goal. You are not blaming yourself anymore. You are not complaining about the life you don't have. You are improving and evolving every day. And after that, with this kind of mindset, you can jump yourself to another level, get over the problems you struggle with that right now. For example, the secret to success is consistency, but unfortunately, the most people destroy their consistency by perfectionism, by don't creating process. This knowledge is so valuable and you can share it with other people. Maybe they are struggle with this creating process and they don't know how to do this. You don't have any alternative. If you don't do this, what do you want to do? You want to tolerate the life? What do you want to do? We have to enjoy while evolving. If you are waiting to one day that become happy and getting the goals you haven't gotten, that day will not come anymore. After getting the result you want, you feel empty maybe, and you don't like to try and set goals anymore. But if you be happy right now, if you love yourself right now, you set more goals, you evolve more, because after achieving your goals, you don't feel empty. You want to get more. Your brain lied to you 3 times already since you started watching this video. I can prove it. Right now, your brain says you control your thoughts, and it says you remember things clearly, and it says you make smart decisions. Lie number 1. You control your thoughts. Let me test you. Don't think about a white elephant. Don't picture it. Big ears and its nose. See? Your brain just proved my point. When I said, don't think about white elephant, it was impossible to don't think about it. Studies show you control less than 5% of your thoughts. That means 95% of what happens in your head is automatic. Your breath, your blink, your thoughts is out of control, and your brain wants you to make you feel you control everything. No, you control everything. Millions of programs already run in your head, and they are using you. Lie number 2. You remember things clearly. Do you remember your last birthday? How was it? How did you feel? Do you remember what did you wear? Do you remember who was in your birthday? See, your memory are changing. We are thinking our memory is like a picture, but after each time you remember things, it edits itself again and again. This is the scary part. You cannot tell the difference between a real memory and a false one. Both feel exact same way, and it's so scary. Our memory supports who you are today and what you believe about yourself. Each time you remember something, it related to the who you are today, what kind of beliefs you have right now. But the good news is, if your brain rewrite your story, your memory itself, you can do it too. Lie number 3. You make smart choices. Your brain wants you make feel you are deciding logically. First you look at the fact, at pros and cons, and after that you decide what you should select. But it is not true, it is a lie. First, you see how much emotionally you can engage with that, and after that, your logical brain justify your emotional decision. This is exactly what really happens. But companies, they don't sell you features. They sell you feelings, emotions, and after that, you justify, you bring reason to buy that. Politicians, they don't win by talk. First of all, they make you feel something, and after that they give you talk. But what is the exact problem for this lie? The problem is not about deciding logical or emotional. The problem is your brain tried to make you feel you are logical than you think, and after that you feel too confident because you think you are deciding logically, and you resist from changing because you feel you are deciding logically. It has a pros and cons, and I decide to do that, but actually your decision is emotional. The more interesting part is you judge people who make different decisions. Oh, dumb man, how did he make that decision? And you judge him or her too. That's it. Why my brain lies to me? The answer is survival. These strategies work out 200,000 years ago. This strategy worked out. But in modern days, you cannot do it anymore. What is personal development? First of all, you have to know your mind is like a pen. You can write good things and bad things with your pen. But the most people write what they don't want. And the universe gives them back what they wrote on the universe's paper. You write with your pen, I'm so unhappy, I'm miserable, I live with toxic, I don't like toxic relationship, I don't like my income. Because the most people don't know how should they use their mind. Personal development help you to use your mind in a way you want. You write with your mind what you want. You focus on what you want. The physical health you want. The income you want. The relationship you want. The well-being you want. If you know how much your mind is powerful, you use it in correct way. With a right mindset, when you fail, you tell yourself, I will try again until I win. You won't tell yourself, I am so miserable. You will try again and again until you win. Use your mind. Success doesn't mean being happy later and in the future. You can be happy now in the right moment if your brain or your mind allow you to be happy. We limit our happiness, our success to many things that doesn't make us really happy. If we achieve them, after that we told ourselves that was I think what to get. Unfortunately, after getting that thing, you hasn't become happy. Most people have this problem, but I have a solution for you. We tell to ourselves, if I achieve that goal, I will become happy. If I arrive on that distinction, I will become happy. But happiness is this moment. Happiness is not about the future. It's not about conditions you want to achieve. Actually, you can become happy right now. And it is the opportunity for everyone. Our judgment can limit our happiness. You don't want to become happy after a few failure. You don't want to try anymore anything. And you have to start practicing and learning to be happy. And I tried so many times, and I understand this kind of feeling need practice. You understand what mindset really need to have this feeling. It's a good, but without a good mindset, you cannot apply this attitude. You need practice, you need coaching, and you can do it too. Have you ever felt like no matter how hard you try, you cannot move forward? Do you feel like some people succeed effortlessly while you are struggling? It's not about talent, luck, opportunity. It's about mindset. We have two shapes of mindset. One of them is fixed mindset, but second one is growth mindset. When you have a fixed mindset, you will tell yourself, I'm not good enough, I'm not smart enough, and I cannot do it because I tried so many times or a few times and I failed. I will not try anymore because I have a lot of reasons to do not anymore. This is kind of thoughts of fixed mindset. These people try to put others down. They're looking for elevator for success. That was one hand we had fixed mindset. On the other hand, we have a growth mindset. In a growth mindset, person doesn't make any excuse. They learn from failure and they never quit. They try again and again until they achieve the things they want. Perfectionism. The impossible thing in the world is this: to be perfect. Fear of judgment. What they think about me when I do this. In a fixed mindset, people compare themselves to the others. They're better than me. Neuroplasticity is about how brain forms new connection. The science is behind this. Your brain is not fixed. Your brain is not a stone. It's flexible, and if you want to learn a new thing, or if you want to be on your comfort zone, it try to adapt and match itself with that situation, and it's so amazing. So in neuroplasticity, brains forms new connection. But the real question is, how can we transform our mindset to growth mindset? All of us has a fixed mindset sometimes, or most of the time. But how is it possible to change ourselves? Remember this. So you have to notice when you're thinking like someone is stuck. Second step is challenge your belief. Challenge your fixed mindset. If I'm not smart enough, can you provide some evidence? Can you tell me how I'm not smart enough? Or if I'm not good enough at this, why not trying? Why you're telling me I'm not good enough at this? I can try more. Step 3 is take a step every single day, but it's small. And step 4 is reflection. Track your progress and celebrate small wins. It doesn't matter how much small it is, celebrate and track your progress, because growth is a journey and it is not about a destination you want to arrive or reach at. It's a progress, it's a process, and you should enjoy from it. You have only one life. Why you are wasting it for someone else's opinion? You can live your own life. You can be yourself. How do people look at me? How they think about me? If I do this, do not try to please others. You have to decide. You want to live your own life, or do you want to live someone else's opinion or point of view of others? People are unique, different. Some thoughts doesn't allow you to show yourself. The real you is scared from reality. All of us are scared from rejection. Because if people don't like us, people don't show themselves, they scare. They scare because of judgment, because of rejection, because of anything else, a lot of thought that doesn't allow them to show themselves, the real them. We have to accept this. If you're 20 or 30 or 40 or 50, even more or less, it doesn't important. You have to know you haven't lived your own life. You're living for others because you are scaring from showing yourself to others. Your attitude, your approach, your ability, your skills maybe will be different from other people. Fear of being different is killing us. It is not important how smart you are, where do you study, or what do you want to do. Actually, you are not living yourself. Did you notice this? I scared because fear of judgment, fear of rejection, fear of anything else. Those are only thoughts. They are not reality. How much time do you need to understand this? If you live your own life, you will become so happy. You will enjoy your life. You will be grateful for what you have. And the more important thing, you never reject yourself or blame yourself. and complain yourself because you are living your own life. You like what you have or what you will get. So there's no rejection, there's no blame, there's no complaint about anything in your life. That's it. You want to give up? Watch this. It takes for me many years to understand. I have to be deaf to people want to disappoint me from becoming successful. Have you ever noticed water can break rock with consistency? Not its strength, with consistency. It's not important you have ability or not. You have skills or not. You have knowledge or not. You have a relationship or not. Also, it doesn't important what do you want to do, who do you want to become. The more important thing is, are you really hungry to achieve? I don't want to tell you to keep going, but please answer this my question. Do you have any alternative? If you want to give up, what do you want to do instead of that? Do you want to say, I'm poor, please help me, I cannot afford it, I'm a loser? What do you want to call yourself? Because you give up exactly before the moment breakthrough want to happen for you. Instead of telling you to keep going or giving up, I want to tell you, why not you? Because they had a better condition? No. They had a willing to keep themselves forward. No one is coming to save you. So what now? You've been taught to wait for the perfect time, the perfect reason to start, the right person, and any other things. You try to justify everything in your life. You've learned to make meaning from anything in your life. If you cannot make an assumption or agreement with things in your life, you stop and trying to looking for that meaning and combining yourself with that meaning. And it is the first part of justifying your life. You have also learned to make lots of excuses. Expressing your reasons to others, it's not a problem, but when you try to get agreement from others, you are right and others are false. You have the right to be late. You have the right to do that bad presentation. You have trying reasoning that you have a right to do bad things and you can't do them anymore. It's not that is bad point about reasoning for something that you done and it hurts others. After many years, I try to change my mentality to develop this mentality that I will introduce to you. How can I? There's no need to justify and reasoning something you've done and it's bad for you or anything else or everyone. The most important thing is this. Are you thinking about another solution that you can take to continue the process? It's not important how badly where you are. It's important how can you continue the process of learning, improving, and growing. This is the more important from many people ask this question, why you were late? Why are you late? Why are you lazy? Why don't you do homework? I don't know, you know better than me. And this stuff doesn't help you anymore. You need a better solution to solve these problems. And I want to give you one of them that changes your mindset and help you to change your action. If you cannot control something, you have keep it away. It's not important what it is that keep it away from yourself. If you can't control that, you have to think about it. How can you improve it? How you can do it better? Because life is about action. If you cannot change and improve something with your action, it is important to leave it that from your life. But so much people try to change something that it is out of control of them. And it is more interesting that try to again and again to achieve some accomplishment, to do what is not changeable. For example, how much you are smart. It is not important how much you are smart, but the more important it is, can you keep going, can you keep learning every day? It is not important how conditions you have. The more important thing is this: can you improve yourself with these conditions, or are you trying to make another excuse to stop improving yourself? These kind of thoughts that make you inaction person. Someone doesn't act, someone doesn't do their duty, someone doesn't do his duty because you are trying to opportunity or a chance to make another excuse. It's not important. Maybe laziness, maybe your brain, your headache, your time. How many children do you have? Maybe your children doesn't allow you to do your stuff. Who will you be when no one claps for you? The hardest moments aren't when we fail, it's when we succeed quietly, when no one notices, no compliments, just you and your effort. That is when most people stop, because without attention, works feel empty. But here's the truth: not every win comes with cheers, and not every step forward gets recognized. Sometimes growth is invisible, even to you. The real question is, can you keep showing up when there is no reward? Can you keep believing in yourself when no one claps, no comments, no says good job? Because the strongest people don't build their identity on approval. They build it on purpose. So if today is quiet, no one is watching, maybe that's not a punishment. Maybe it's your training ground. One day the world will notice, but until then, let your silence speak to you. Good luck. Imagine a big, powerful elephant. It can pull trees, carry heavy things, and walk for miles. But this elephant is tied to a small wooden stake in the ground. The rope is not strong. The elephant can break it easily. But the elephant doesn't try. Why? Because when it was baby, it was tied to the same rope. Back then, it was small, weak. It tried many times to break free. So the baby elephant thought, I cannot do it. Now the elephant is big and strong, but it still believes the old same thought. I cannot do it. So it never tries again. This is just like us. Many times we'll try something in life and we'll fail, we feel weak and we feel small. Then we say, I'm not good enough, I can't do it, it's too hard for me. But guess what? That is the old you. You're not the same anymore. You've learned, you've grown, you've become stronger. But that old rope, those old thoughts are still in your mind. And then they stop you. Today I want you to ask, what is my rope? What lie do I believe that is not true anymore? You can try again, you can change your story. Take one small step, pull that rope. You may see it was never strong. It only felt strong because you stopped believing in yourself. But now this is your time. Break free, walk forward. Your life is waiting. I will tell you 10 smart responses to difficult people. Let's go. When they interrupt you, I'll finish my points, then I'd love to hear your thoughts. When they dismiss your ideas, that's one approach. Here's another way to look at it. When they get aggressive and emotional. I'm happy to continue this conversation when we can keep it productive. When they refuse to engage logically, what evidence supports that? Let's look at the facts. When they try to dominate conversation, let's make sure we're both here. I'd like to share my perspective too. When they make it personal, let's keep this about the issue, not each other. When they keep pushing a losing argument, it sounds like we see this differently. What's the next step? When they try to control the narrative, let's refocus on the main goal here. Thanks for watching. What if I told you that just 2 minutes a day could completely transform your mind and your life? That sounds too good to be true, right? Let me explain. Feeling stressed when you wake up, you're not alone. But here's the good news. You can fix it. Every morning, take just 2 minutes to write down 3 things you are grateful for. That's it. 2 minutes, 3 things every day. Why does this work? Gratitude rewires your mind. It releases dopamine and serotonin, the chemical that make you feel calm, happy, and focused. Over time, this simple habit changes the way you see the world. Here's how you can start. Grab a notebook or your phone. Write down 3 things you are grateful for. Like, I'm grateful for my health, my family, and the sunshine today. It doesn't have to be big. It just has to be real. And here's the amazing part. By day 3, you might notice a shift. You feel lighter, more focused, and more optimistic. It is almost like your mind rewires itself overnight. This is your chance to rewire your mind, change your focus, and transform your life. All it takes is 2 minutes a day. Try it. You'll thank yourself later. Let's be honest. Consistency is tough, especially when you're tired, especially when you're frustrated or disappointed. You've been there. You've tried before. You made promises to yourself and you broke them. But guess what? You're still here, still watching, still showing up. That means everything. The first rule of consistency: stop obsessing the finish line. Stop counting the steps between where you are and where you want to be. Forget all that. Instead of that, set the goals that bring your focus to the present moments. For example, you want to get fit. Great. That means 1 hour of exercise today. Not next week, not someday, just today. Then tomorrow, you do it again. Don't ask, how much weight have I lost? Ask, did I show up today? That is how consistency is built. One small decision, one real action, every single day. That's it.